Under a bright moon, a car speeds down a winding coastal road. A slick sports car lights up the endlessly dark night. The mysterious driver steps out, blue lights reflecting everywhere. Only one beam shines through the darkness, drawing all eyes. Out steps a character with long hair and serious style. The moon shines above as the stranger stands by the car. Evil awakens. Inside a warehouse, criminals chat about a new drug, psychedelic moon. Two shady guys discuss the deal as the fire burns between them. The long-haired stranger approaches. The criminals wonder about this unexpected guest. One criminal stands up and asks, "Wait, where'd you come from?" The security guy asks for ID, but this dude shows a gun instead. A mysterious long-haired character unleashes chaos with a blazing attack. One bad guy goes flying, and the rest are completely stunned. The suit-wearing villain is speechless, his face covered in shock and blood. The silver-haired anti-hero coolly asks, "Isn't this it?" while holding his gun. Meanwhile, a DJ is vibing, totally oblivious to what's happening behind her. The club is trashed, bodies everywhere, but the party lights are still going. Suddenly, a guy with glowing red eyes and fangs grins menacingly in the club. Vampire. Flashes on the screen. Yup, this is about to get insane. Close up on the vampire's crazy sharp teeth, and things are about to get wild. The DJ is startled as someone grabs her arm out of nowhere. The confident guy complains, "You're killing the vibe. Play something exciting." Things get darker. To them, humans are merely. Another person urges the DJ, "Just pick something loud." Is that so hard? One terrifying word flashes on screen, "Pray." Stylish shoes step forward, cranking up the tension on the dance floor. The ominous man struts toward the stage, bathed in neon lights. The DJ looks terrified as the guy says, "If even that is too difficult." The guy gets villainous, "No reason to hold back my hunger, is there? Final words, or playthings." Suddenly, this club just got way too real. Someone crashes through a wall, launching a surprise entrance with serious style points. A menacing guy grabs a woman in a club. Looks like trouble is brewing. Even vampires fear something. This unlucky vampire just found out the hard way. Chaos breaks out as vampires get thrown around the club like ragdolls. The vampires try to act tough, but someone new has clearly shaken their confidence. A mysterious long-haired figure enters, asking the fangs if they enjoyed themselves. Boom. The new arrival is actually a vampire hunter, and he means business. The rattled vampires demand to know who this epic intruder is. A monstrous hand lunges, and the vampires realize they messed with the wrong guy. The vampire hunter whips out a huge gun, actually feeling a bit sorry for these clowns. Silvester walks in with swords, questioning Jukyo's desperation to find their parent. Someone wonders what Jukyo would say if he saw this disaster. The Jukyo clan is so desperate, they're now teaming up with weak gangsters. Silvester says Jukyo would be crying so hard, he'd need tissues for days. The long-haired guy locks eyes, "It's you." The real main event is starting. A shady gangster smirks, as if things are about to get chaotic. A vampire sinisterly announces the arrival of a silver-haired priest expelled from the Vatican. The foe shouts Silvester's title, the true vampire hunter, Silvester. Epic showdown vibes. Vampires attack, declaring they'll use Silvester's blood for tonight's party decorations. Silvester throws shade, "Your guest service, yeah, it's totally lacking." A group of mysterious figures rushes toward a shadowy man with a weapon. Someone asks, "Is it because you have no parents?" The scene flashes back in the beginning. The Lord made Adam from soil. And with Adam's bone made Eve, the story gets even deeper. A monstrous mouth with huge teeth appears, ready to attack. Energy whirls as the text says, "Death is the holy ceremony of returning to Eden." The hooded character stands tall while enemies are sent flying, ashes to ashes. Close up, the phrase "dust to dust" makes things sound super dramatic. A silver-haired villain grins as red energy swirls behind him. The silver-haired villain walks away, saying, "I doubt I'll get any useful information out of you." The silver-haired villain smirks, trash-talking about how unbeatable he is. The blue-skinned creature gets roasted, called the most useless mongrel ever. Monster guy loses it, launching himself in a rage, screaming, "Shut up." Silver-haired guy preps his attack, creating a swirling blast with his hand. Energy explodes everywhere as the silver-haired man unleashes a wild power. Monster dude dodges, stretches his arm freakishly, trying to fight back. The long-haired guy blocks the attack, cape swirling, looking unbothered. Silver-haired villain mocks, surprised the monster can actually mutate mid-battle. Monster dude mutates even more, launching an attack with massive claws. Suddenly, a mysterious projectile flies through the air toward the fight. Clawed villain unleashes a massive attack, lighting up the battlefield with chaos. Silver-haired warrior glares, showing zero fear and maximum confidence. Our hero kicks the villain so hard, even their ego took damage. Villain looks angry and battered but definitely not ready to give up yet. The villain is blasted into a wall, destruction everywhere. Hero's entrance is epic. Villain crashes through rubble, the fight intensity just keeps increasing. Silver-haired warrior casually asks, could you hold back a little?" The hero finds two injured guys, the aftermath of the intense vampire showdown. Jung Jun, the vampire hunter, complains about the mess and lack of blood to collect. Silver-haired warrior asks for Doc Yin, but but Jung Jun says, I'm the substitute for today. The Juk Yo clan is secretly working with the Sangdong gang right here. This mysterious hideout is actually perfect for spawning, like an evil Airbnb. Stop talking and get to work, says the cloaked figure, not loving teamwork. A close-up, an eye full of rage and wild power, glowing intensely. The silver-haired guy glares dramatically as chaos unfolds on the ground. He draws his blade and charges, cape flying, like an anime boss fight. A monstrous creature launches forward, causing the whole room to explode in neon. The silver-haired hero aims his weapon, dead serious. No one wants to be in his way. The enemy charges, but gets lit up with bursts of energy, not looking great. Crimson eyes and a battered face. This villain is having the worst day ever. The silver-haired guy makes a dramatic entrance, crashing down with crazy energy. The impact site glows purple while everything else stays eerily quiet. Chaos explodes. Two figures are thrown as purple energy surges across the rooftop. The silver-haired man and his buddy watch, wondering why the escape was so dramatic. Someone with wild hair is shotted but just keeps charging through the bullets. Silver hair says, "You got cleanup, right?" His friend just sighs, "He'll die soon anyway." The silver-haired man warns, "If you babble like that one more time." The other guy grins, threatens him back, "You'll be the one to die soon." "Does it look like a joke?" "I'll clean up, don't worry," the man smirks. By the water, silver hair broods while the other guy gets to work on cleanup. The mysterious long-haired vampire realizes things are getting seriously complicated tonight. He's turning feral, like, literally, becoming a wild Juk Yo lineage vampire. Under the full moon, the vampire stands ready for whatever chaos this night brings. That means, something crazy is definitely about to go down right now. A blinding burst of light explodes, signaling the start of total mayhem. Biker gangs are storming the streets, racing with glowing bikes and zero chill. Police chase after the bikers, yelling, "Slow down if you don't want to die." One girl laughs, mocking the cops, "Kill us if you can." Talk about confidence. Tonight, it's all about speed. One biker breaks from the pack, pushing limits. Someone will become a sacrifice under the moon. Who's it gonna be tonight? My life was smooth sailing. I literally had zero real worries. We lived in a detached house, complete with a garden. My family? Business dad, stay-at-home mom, model brother, and Jean Dark the dog. But outside, things were wild. Biker gangs tearing up the streets. Compared to that, my life felt kinda bland. There I was, just coasting along, helmet on, no real direction. Honestly, I had nothing I really wanted to do, and hated studying. Yep, nothing motivated me. Studying? Not my thing either. Maybe that was why my perfect picture shattered right before my eyes. Deep down, I always wanted to break free from my super ordinary life. The girl yells, "Babe, that guy keeps following us. How do we shake him off?" Jung Yong Jin is panicking, and his girlfriend's not helping. She flipped off the pursuer. The mysterious biker is closing in, sirens and headlights blasting behind them. The lead biker tightens his grip and claims, "That's because you only stick to the set path." The race heats up. Multiple bikes speed down the highway, breaking away from the pack. "Hey, Han Se-gun, what are you doing? Where are you going?" yells the girl. Han Se-gun's motorcycle swerves, tires screeching as he pulls a crazy stunt. Out of nowhere, Han Se-gun jumps his bike over a barricade, leaving everyone stunned. The couple watches in disbelief, eyes wide. Whoa. Han Se-gun lands perfectly, racing off alone and leaving the chaos behind him. Han Se-gun closes his eyes, focused inside his helmet, ready to ride. Han Se-gun makes a wild motorcycle jump across city rooftops. This is insane. Speeding through the night, Han Se-gun's bike blazes with energy and adrenaline. Blue and red sirens flash. Han Se-gun glances back as the chase heats up. Helmet off, Han Se-gun gets called out. "You running away by yourself?" Han Se-gun slides his helmet back on, determination shining under those lights. Tires screech and sparks fly. The race is on, and things are heating up. Han Se-gun declares, "My only deviation, like this is his rebellion arc." Narration hits. Riding was a way to escape a mundane life stuck in a rut. The night is silent. Han Se-gun's bike arrives home after the epic runaway. This guy's returning home late at night, looking suspiciously cool in the dark. He wonders why Jeanne d'Arc is so quiet, like, is she napping? He starts announcing, "I'm Ho," but doesn't finish that sentence. Suddenly, he gets hit with a nasty smell inside the house. His face shows total shock, as if he just saw his own YouTube analytics. He steps right into something wet and weird, never a good sign. Looking down, he realizes, wait, blood? Bro, that's not ketchup. Pitch black hallway, lights off, and the place smells like rotten fish sticks. The guy sets his jaw, realizing it's go time for some serious investigation. He finds a figure on the floor. Someone's definitely not having a normal night. Somebody just entered our house, and it's about to get wild. This guy grabs the door handle, ready for action. Nerves are real. He's calling for his mom, dad, and brother but only hears silence. Suddenly, a giant monster's shadow appears. This is not your average home intruder. The huge beast smashes in, attacking the boy with pure chaos. The monster is terrifying, and the boy yells, "Jeanne d'Arc?" in disbelief. They're in a wild struggle. This beast is not backing down for a second. Our hero's hurt, blood on his face, but he's not giving up yet. On the ground, he swings a weapon at the snarling, wounded monster. Ready for round 2, the boy braces himself for another epic clash. A terrifying wolf with red eyes appears. Could it really be Jeanne d'Arc? The wolf lunges straight at the boy, ready to attack. Close up on the wolf's fangs. This is not a friendly dog. The boy is frozen in fear, thinking, no way. Flashback to a sweet golden retriever. Wait, Jeanne d'Arc was the family dog? A bloody pipe weapon clatters across the floor after the chaos. The boy discovers his parents. This just turned into an absolute nightmare. Overwhelmed by horror, the boy gasps, "URK," barely able to breathe. He stumbles away and gets sick. The gross factor is off the charts. Crying, the boy realizes, Jeanne d'Arc. Mom and dad too. What happened here? The main character finds someone collapsed on the ground in a dark room. With a shocked face, he realizes the threat is still inside the house. He kneels by the body, realizing his previous efforts might not be enough. Desperate, he remembers his dad kept a shotgun in the study. He finds his wounded father in the study, the shotgun lying beside him. Standing in the dim light, he mourns as he admits, "They got my brother too." The wounded father can barely hold himself up as the pain sinks in. The main character hugs his father and apologizes, full of regret. Through tears, he wishes he had returned home a little earlier to help. Hands shaking, he grabs the shotgun and declares, "I'm going to." This guy walks through the rain holding a rifle, ready for revenge. Inside, he checks his rifle and realizes it's still warm. He pieces it together. His brother used the gun to fight. Bloody and furious, he shouts, "You think I can't kill you?" He peeks out the doorway. The tension is unreal. Something's off. I should have realized it then. Dude, hindsight always wins. Holding his gun, he creeps down the stairs into a crime scene. He admits, for common sense, that conclusion was almost impossible. His eyes go wide with shock. The plot just got thicker. Because there's a creepy barefoot. Who or what is in this house? Our hero blasts a monster at the base of the stairs with determination. From the start, that creepy hand thing was bad news. The hero's face is frozen with fear, covered in fresh blood. In life, there are times when you're left totally speechless. That monster is an existence beyond anything you'd call common sense. No feelings, no emotions, just pure shock as the hero stands alone. For example, like when you meet your favorite celebrity in real life. Or maybe when you hear the world's worst, most painful joke ever. Or when you suddenly spot a breathtaking sunset while riding a motorcycle. When you see a beautiful landscape, your brain just stops in awe. Our hero, helmet on, prepares for the craziest challenge of his life. Suddenly, he whips out a shotgun, about to take on a monster. The shotgun blasts with massive power. This is seriously next-level gaming. A monstrous creature is totally shocked, didn't see that coming at all. The hero gets knocked with insane force, looking cooler than ever midair. He goes flying down the stairs like he's in a stunt movie. He tumbles across the floor, landing hard. This is not a soft landing. Face pressed against the floor, the pain is so real right now. The hero gasps, "I think my shoulder is dislocated." Rough day. Even with one arm out, our hero gets back up, not giving up. "I could have run away and avoided this whole nightmare, but I didn't." The hooded guy is cornered, reaching for something with desperation in his eyes. A terrifying monster emerges from the water, way taller than my last birthday cake. Or ask the people around for help, but nope, that didn't happen. I could have called the police, but who has time for common sense, right? But when the situation actually struck, my brain went straight to panic mode. Not a single one of those things came to mind, just blank chaos. I don't know why, but I just sat there, feet soaked, frozen. But the me of that moment was crying, holding a shotgun, facing the fear head on. Seemed to have no thought other than to kill this thing. The monster with glowing eyes leaps at the hooded hero, ready to attack. Our hooded guy shouts an insult as the battle heats up. The hero slams down with a fiery punch straight from above. The monster's face gets blasted, lighting up with a fierce explosion. Glowing-eyed monster recoils, but it's definitely not down for the count. The hero grips his bloody weapon tight, ready for the next round. Our hero falls back to the ground, exhausted but still facing the demon. Blood splattered and shocked, the hero looks up, realizing it's not over. The monster throws another vicious blow, pinning the hero down again. Desperate and hurt, the hero wipes blood from his eyes, determined to fight. The monster lifts our hero by the face and things look brutal. The hero knows he's lost, thinking, "I couldn't even get proper revenge." While being attacked, the hero remembers family, dad, mom, Hung, and Jeanne d'Arc. The hero apologizes in his thoughts as the monster charges with red eyes. The monster finishes the attack, leaving the hero slumped on the ground. But wait, someone mysterious with guns arrives, stepping onto shattered glass. The monster, looking wild, says, "You finally went and did it." The new figure calmly raises a gun, ready for action. With a flash, gunshots rain down, hitting the monster relentlessly. The hero lies bloodied and still, wondering if this is really the end. This zombie-looking creature faces off against a determined guy with a gun. A powerful slash absolutely destroys the monster in one epic move. The white-haired man says, if you were going to die, go quietly. After the battle, blue flames linger as the swordsman surveys the carnage. The swordsman approaches a survivor on the floor, clearly in control now. A mysterious narrator says, thus he spoke, letting us know it's serious. The swordsman claims, no one is righteous, all of you are sinners. The guy tells the survivor, resent me, with a total boss pose. Close up on the swordsman's intense eyes, it's like he has no mercy. A shotgun lies on the floor, showing the fight is officially over. The guy on the floor, bloodied, stares up and asks, let me ask you one thing. The mysterious long-haired dude leans in, replies, that gun, is it yours? The bloodied guy's vision gets blurry. He's barely hanging on in this showdown. Long-haired guy just stares, speechless, like he's holding back a secret. He's too good to kill. Looks like he gives the bloodied guy a pass. The bloodied guy lies on the floor, while long-haired guy towers over him. Cut to a blurry family photo. It was a life with no real worries. Someone shouts, kid, from a sunlit house. Trouble just broke the peace. Hey, kid. Echoes as a hand grips a bloody gun. Maybe that was why. Police officer rushes in. Are you okay? Can you hear me? This just got intense. Police officer finds a survivor and urgently calls for backup in chaos. The injured guy lies on the ground as someone calls out, hung. Badly hurt, the young man whispers, Mom, Dad, before closing his eyes. Wide shot. There's devastation everywhere, but all the attention's on one survivor. A wish was granted, but now everything's changed forever. 1 week ago, a mysterious family death left only the second son alive. News anchors reveal the family was reportedly mauled by their own pet dogs. Doubt grows. Was it really the dogs or something else behind it? The survivor, Mr. Han, was found holding a shotgun at the crime scene. There's testimony that Mr. Han actually fired the shotgun that day. A student claims Mr. Han's older brother was smart. Maybe jealousy was a motive. Another person says Mr. Han was big in the biking scene, not a thug though. They admit, Mr. Han always gave off a sketchy vibe to people around him. Cameras flash everywhere as reporters swarm to capture every detail of the story. Mr. Han, in a hoodie, feels overwhelmed by the crowd, more attention than ever. The press swarms Han Se-gun demanding answers. Tell us the truth, kid. Reporters push harder. Why did you fire the shotgun? Demanding explanations like I owe them. Flashbulbs go off. Why did you want to kill your family so badly? All eyes on Han Se-gun. A reporter shoves a mic at Han Se-gun. Give us a statement. Suddenly, a terrifying demonic figure appears, blood red and grinning, completely changing the mood. Han Se-gun is sweating, confronted by a taunting voice. You wanted this situation, didn't you? The voice accuses, you rode your bike while your family was being attacked. Monsters close in. Do you think you deserve to feel anger? The voice mocks. Han Se-gun trembles and says, no, as shadowy hands reach for him. Han Se-gun bolts down the alley yelling, no, that's not it. Narration. I ran away. I was running for my life from something I couldn't even identify. I didn't remember anything clearly. Maybe I just didn't want to remember. I didn't want to believe what I went through was even real. When I finally woke up, the monster's corpse was completely gone. Somehow, my severed arm was reattached like nothing ever happened. It was like everything I experienced was just one big lie, as if it all never even happened at all. Like something was telling me to forget all of it. My family's death, the monster, none of it felt real. And then, there was that mysterious person, haunting my memory too. This guy couldn't go outside. Trauma hit him harder than my last challenge. Crowds everywhere, but he knew nobody would believe his crazy story. He couldn't just hide forever. Being stuck at home was pure torture. Home was haunted by bad memories, like every cringe moment combined. So he stands in the garage, ready to face the world alone. With nobody to count on, even his motorcycle looked more supportive. Hoodie dude admits, inside or outside, he's totally lost right now. Suddenly, he tears off on his bike, leaving doubts behind. Pulling up to a new spot, he's searching for fresh answers. He takes off his helmet, looking determined for his next move. The city's glowing at night, but one guy stands on a rooftop. Our main guy looks nervous, holding a weapon, ready for trouble. He stares up, concerned, and mutters to himself, huh. A mysterious long-haired stranger appears and thinks, that person, definitely, back then. Close-up of the long-haired guy, looking serious, like he hasn't smiled since dial-up internet. The long-haired man confidently walks across the rooftop toward our main character. The main character dashes out, adrenaline pumping, as the stranger watches. He jumps off his motorcycle and confronts the stranger. It's you, right? Pointing an accusing finger, he shouts, I'm sure of it. You came to my house. The main character gets in his face, yelling, it was you. Wasn't it? The day that monster attacked. The long-haired man tells the boy to be quiet and calls him a nuisance. Mysterious text warns not to scream in the middle of the night. The boy nervously asks, who exactly are you? While clutching the stranger's collar. Outside by flashy cars, the boy guesses the man might be an exorcist. The boy thinks hard and realizes, then that monster I saw was. The white-haired man coolly asks if the monster was a vampire. The boy is shocked as the man confirms, correct. City lights glow as the boy prepares to ask the big question directly. The mysterious man asks, did you ingest any vampire blood? Worried, the boy wonders if he's going to turn into a vampire too. The mysterious guy warns if you swallowed blood, it's totally possible. The main character realizes his arm is different, but the silver-haired man claims responsibility. Our frustrated hero shouts, but the long-haired guy spits straight facts. The main character desperately asks if there are more vampires left. Silver-haired dude shuts him down, saying it doesn't matter and changes the subject. Intense stare down. The advice is to just return to a normal life. Our hero explodes, shouting that returning to normal is impossible. He's lost everything. Now he's screaming. How is he supposed to go back to being normal? The main character loses it and grabs the coat of the calm mentor. The mentor lifts him off the ground like a boss, showing who's in charge. The mysterious guy with glowing eyes challenges, do you think you're something special? The silver-haired man stares coldly, telling the other guy, quit your whining. The younger boy clenches his fist, looking up and saying, then. He grabs the man's hand, shouting, then what am I supposed to do? The boy yells about witnessing a monster destroy his family, struggling to cope. The silver-haired man listens silently as the boy cries, I can't do that. In the rain, the boy swears, I'm going to wipe them all out, even if it kills me. The silver-haired guy stands stoically while the boy seems determined and devastated. The man's blue eyes narrow, silently judging the boy's outburst and resolve. The moon glows above as the man mutters, what a troublesome guy. Bells ring softly as the sun rises, setting a mysterious mood. In a cozy cafe, a man and woman share a tense conversation. The door opens. Sylvie and his dark-haired friend make a dramatic entrance. Sylvie tells them not to use his nickname, and another guest appears. The older man realizes the newcomer is a famous survivor and asks for updates. Sylvie explains their target has already left Korea, looking serious. After all their efforts, Sylvie is frustrated that they missed him again. The tough guy asks Sylvie why he brought his quiet friend along today. The younger guy looks down, judged for being too weak or frail now. Sylvie gives a steely glare, hinting that the older man should know why. The white-haired man warns, fighting monsters isn't something humans are meant to do. He explains, let your guard down, a vampire will snap your bones. The vampire doesn't just snap bones, it'll tear through your muscles. How can we possibly fight against things like that? Asks the nervous guy. The answer? A glowing pill. It's called psychedelic moon. Humans must ingest this to fight vampires. Eat this, pain disappears, and your strength multiplies, literally superhuman mode. There's a catch: the more you use it, the more your body breaks, until you die alone. The pill is made from vampire blood. It's as risky as it sounds. One wrong move, and you're not hunting vampires, you become one yourself. The white-haired man locks eyes and demands, do you still want revenge? Let me be clear, our main character learns once you embrace darkness, there's no going back. He realizes being trapped between worlds is now his new reality. The main character clenches his fist, saying it feels true for him. Mysterious long-haired guy questions, what are you doing? Who said eat it now? Both men are locked in a tense handshake. Challenge vibes are off the charts. Enter Song Dok-yeon, vampire hunter, calling our hero a nutjob but admiring his courage. Dok-yeon, protect him, make him strong enough not to die. Challenge accepted. Dok-yeon welcomes the main character to the world of the Mad Moon. The group preps for a trip, arrange a boat to Mexico right away. Our hero looks confused and speechless, totally not ready for a Mexico adventure. Han Se-gun asks if his trainer is leaving the country for good. The long-haired man turns around and simply says, unbelievable. A big guy asks if Han Se-gun can be made useful. Challenge accepted. Han Se-gun looks determined and says, he'll say it again. The long-haired trainer stares up at the crazy moon with serious vibes. Welcome to the world of the Mad Moon, Han Se-gun. 1 year later, everything has changed at the flashy Benia Club. 3 black cars line up outside, like something major is about to happen. Someone steps out, hand clenched, ready to make an entrance. Cheon Young-hoo, underboss of the Sangdong gang, appears looking intimidating. The boss arrives in style, everyone bows, like he's royalty or something. The boss shuts down the formal greeting, demanding to be called senior. He reminds everyone they're respectable businessmen now, not just gangsters. Boss asks why he's been called, says he's a busy man. The nervous manager tries to explain but is clearly sweating bullets. Cut to a trashed nightclub, people knocked out everywhere, chaos everywhere. The culprit stands in the wreckage like he just won a secret boss fight. The boss is shocked, realizes he got called out for this mess. Boss yells at his trembling manager, can't you manage this place properly? They spot the intruder. Wait, he's not even a foreigner? Plot twist. The older guy is shocked, thinking the other guy looks pretty young. The young man coolly chews gum and asks if someone's tantrum is over. The boss-looking man calls him a thug and lectures about democracy. In a flashy club, the boss yells they'll open soon, clearly annoyed. The young guy says he paid, didn't get his stuff, calls it justice. Boss and his nervous minion look lost when he mentions missing goods. Young man mocks, saying 5 million won went to a minion, really? The boss looks seriously worried now, realizing things are out of control. The minion freaks out, tries to explain, and the missing goods are revealed. The young man drops the bomb and an AK-47. This deal's insane. The mob boss is shocked someone would ask for so much for just $5 million. The blue-haired guy in the cap questions if the mob boss understands reality. The group confronts the mafia boss about smuggling Russian and Chinese weapons. Mob boss looks real grumpy hearing he's overcharging for his shady business. Boss is totally done, decides he's wasting his breath talking to a brat. Boss pinches his nose and sarcastically asks if the cap guy is okay with this. The blue-haired guy threatens to expose the gang selling knives, guns, and now drugs. Bodyguards and the boss freak out. Someone yells, "What are you doing?" Mob boss loses it, orders his men to chop him up right now. The minions hesitate, but the boss shouts again, "Hey, guys. What are you doing?" The boss yells, "Chop him up right now," looking totally furious. Two sword-wielding bodyguards step up, ready to fight the guy in the cap. The cap-wearing guy cracks his knuckles, determined and not afraid at all. A bodyguard swings at him, but our cap guy dodges like a ninja. He weaves between both attackers, moving way faster than they expected. One guard tries a sneaky strike, but the cap guy is too quick. He throws a punch so hard, the bad guy's face gets rocked. The cap guy smirks. He's having way too much fun with this. Even a wild attack from behind can't catch the cap guy off guard. He lands a massive uppercut and absolutely launches the tough bodyguard. The big boss just got wrecked and he is not happy. A guy in a cap stands victorious after taking out two men. After the fight, the cap guy walks straight towards the VIP area. His footsteps echo as he heads confidently across the shiny floor. The boss, looking nervous, asks the cap guy what he wants. Cap guy says, "Dragonov, Tokarov, AK-47. Bring them to me, I pay." The boss tries to explain he can't hand over the guns right now. The boss asks for a time, and the cap guy says, "Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Cap guy walks away, telling them to meet at Yoido, Hyongshin Securities parking lot. After he leaves, the boss fumes, "That blood-clot bastard," while his henchman checks on him. This guy demands respect and a proper title. His punch packs more drama. The big boss is out of patience and ready to make moves. The boss tells his crew, "Bring in the reinforcements, now." Meanwhile, at a shady warehouse, a car slowly pulls up at sunset. Inside, blood packs everywhere, and someone thinks the latest batch really stinks. The grumpy scientist calls all the blood trash and says it's way below standard. Beard guy blames the lousy batch on a wild gang taking over lately. They question if the testing machine is tampered with. This isn't a back alley setup. Beard guy tries to joke about it, but old man can't take a joke. Old man Jew, the legendary vampire blood dealer, just wants his money and peace. Hawaiian shirt guy reveals Jung Jun's family was wiped out by vampires. The bearded man doesn't want to talk about Jung Jun. He's salty and sarcastic. Mr. Hawaiian is disappointed, calling out his honesty as the guy leaves. The bearded man strides out dramatically, looking like he's in a movie trailer. He looks pumped, ready for literally anything, except maybe a vampire. Suddenly, a guy on a motorcycle calls out, "Just getting here now, Han Se-gun." Han Se-gun gets interrogated about fights, definitely acting like someone who lost at Mario Kart. Motorcycle guy asks, "Can't I go with you to hunt vampires yet?" Han Se-gun shuts him down, "You're not ready yet, punk. More training." Han Se-gun reminds him, "Don't get cocky, don't cause trouble, just train." The man in the trench coat seals the deal with a handshake, but someone objects. The man in the trench coat bluntly says, "If it's necessary, just do it." The guy in the cap doesn't get it but pretends he does, looking super serious. Trenchcoat dude catches the cap guy scheming and pulls him in playfully. Cap guy's freaked out. He's being dragged to the gym for some boxing. Someone off-screen shouts, "No thanks." Running from that gym challenge, nighttime falls over the city. Something's about to go down. Four suited people gather in a parking garage, looking ready for a showdown. Two guys in suits wonder if chasing one kid is worth all this trouble. The bearded man reminds everyone, even as vampires, loyalty to the group comes first. Two vampires complain about being betrayed by their own clan last year. Suddenly, a mysterious object flies toward the complaining vampire mid-sentence. Out of nowhere, a red-haired figure smashes through the vampires with insane speed. An enormous blue explosion erupts, blasting through the entire parking garage. The aftermath is chaos, smoke everywhere, bodies on the floor, one figure standing. Someone walks in, impressed the vampires outside are already defeated so fast. Two sinister red-eyed vampires appear, taunting the newcomer and calling him a brat. The lead vampire, grinning, refuses to hand over what the newcomer wants. The blue-haired hero smirks, saying he never expected cooperation anyway. The confused vampire realizes he underestimated the blue-haired guy. Looks like he's in trouble. This guy rolls up on a motorcycle, sword ready, looking for trouble. With a wild grin, he jokes about selling thugs' fangs for profit. He declares it's a profitable trade. This dude does not mess around. The vampire who killed your family is linked to the Sangdong gang. Are you serious? A vampire working with gangsters? That's wild. The blue-haired fighter lands a powerful punch in a fast-paced brawl. The bearded opponent counters with a furious spinning punch across the ring. The blue-haired dude charges in for a dramatic payback punch. Blue-haired fighter dodges, landing an epic body shot in the cage. The big guy wobbles but says, "Not bad," while catching his breath. The coach asks, "Do you know why Silvester is called the true vampire hunter?" The blue-haired fighter looks confused and says, "Why bring that up now?" The coach reveals, he killed the true vampire, Jukyo, and that's legendary. The blue-haired fighter asks about true vampire Jukyo during a heated match. The black-haired fighter explains true vampires are insanely strong, even regenerating in sunlight. Jukyo's clan was legendary among vampires, but things changed fast. The blue-haired guy takes a brutal hit, spinning the entire fight around. Blue hair looks determined. He's not backing down from this epic brawl. The black-haired fighter lands a massive kick, sending blue hair flying. Blue-haired fighter slams against the cage, groaning from that insane kick. But plot twist, Jukyo got taken out by Silvester and the clan lost everything. The black-haired fighter helps him up. He's searching for any sign of Jukyo. The remnants want to inherit Jukyo's power and become legends again. Han Se-gun takes a powerful punch, but he's not backing down. Suddenly, Han Se-gun gets launched across the ring by a crazy flying kick. Even on the ground, Han Se-gun smirks, boasting the Jukyo Esquire still stands. A wise, rugged man warns, "Don't act recklessly, Han Se-gun." He makes it clear, every moment will be hell if you become their target. Out of nowhere, a vampire-looking dude launches himself toward a motorcycle rider. Han Se-gun slides under a blur of blue light, dodging the vampire's attack. The motorcycle makes a sharp circle, prepping for a showdown with the vampire enemy. A man in a suit emerges from a van and offers, "Need some help?" The vampire yells, "I'll handle this by myself." "You stay put, Hung." The villain with red eyes smirks and asks, "Is that an order?" The angry villain snarls, demanding the other guy just stay put. A guy on a motorcycle speeds straight toward the villain, ready for action. The villain raises his arm, looking seriously fed up with the motorcycle guy. Motorcycle guy drifts dramatically while the villain stands inside a weird energy ring. The hero's motorcycle sparks as he charges, drawing a katana, full action mode. The villain notices the hero's move, snarling, the same pattern, seriously annoyed. Villain leaps down shouting, "Do you take me for a fool?" About to attack. Close up, the villain swipes at lightning speed, eyes blazing red with menace. Hero's icy blue eyes lock in, determined, not backing down 1 inch. The green-haired hero leaps off a motorcycle, sword ready to strike his enemy. Face to face, the green-haired fighter and red-eyed villain lock eyes. The hero dodges, both him and the man in white attacking fiercely. The villain screams, "I predicted it all," with glowing red eyes. The white-suited villain swings a massive attack at the green-haired hero. Our hero gets hit, blood dripping down his arm, but determination burns. Green-haired hero strikes back, deflecting another attack in a desperate clash. "Damn it, it broke so easily. Damn stainless steel," he shouts, frustrated. The villain cackles, "That was fun, wasn't it? You little brat." Exhausted and hurt, the hero lands a punch, making the villain groan, "Ugh." The man in white drops to his knees, facing the shadowy figure. His bloody, red eyes look up, filled with defeat and fear. The man in white asks, "Didn't you tell me to stay put?" The cool dude in black just says, "Great, just great." The man in black reminds him, "I poured a whopping 5 million into your organization." With a calm grip, the man in black slowly draws his sword. Raising a massive mechanical fist, he declares, "I need to harvest this much to make it worth it." The man in white stares back, eyes wide with panic and realization. The blue-haired guy leans in, challenging, "Don't you think?" In a dizzying flash, the action explodes and everything goes totally wild. The white-suited boss glares with pure confidence and intense red eyes. Blue-haired fighter takes out a guard using a glowing, high-tech glove. The blue-haired fighter smirks, blood on his face, completely unfazed. The boss jokes about the fighter's glove, asking if it's futuristic tech. Boss steps up, saying the fighter clearly expected their arrival tonight. Blue-haired fighter calmly dangles a bloodied sword, refusing to explain himself. He declares his target, your head, ready for the ultimate showdown. Sword raised, blue-haired fighter dares the boss to quit talking and attack. The boss hunches, impressed by the fighter's guts, claims to know his style. Boss says he's figured out the sword and glove, right before something surprises him. The bearded villain tries blocking a brutal magical attack with confidence. His face twists, fangs out, "Huh. Going all or nothing now, huh?" The blue-haired hero rushes forward out of nowhere, catching everyone off guard. The hero unleashes a powerful strike, and the villain's head takes a hit. The villain's eyes go wide. "You bastard, when did you?" Shock and defeat are written all over the villain's face. Blue-haired hero stands victorious, blood splattering as he doesn't hesitate. The hero points his gun. "I told you. It's your head." Villain's body burns with blue flames while the hero stands over, victorious. The hero's wounded, panting, but he's still standing. What a wild finish. The blue-haired swordsman says, "I have no choice," holding his injured arm. With a wild scream, the blue-haired guy completely loses control. The swordsman drops to his knees, clutching his wound in pain. Zooming out shows the aftermath, blood trails, a van, and chaos everywhere. The blue-haired swordsman hops on a motorcycle, escaping into the city night. A man in a trench coat asks, "You coming out now?" As the swordsman arrives, the bearded man teases, "Feel any better after that rampage?" The swordsman asks how he was found. The man jokes about GPS technology. The bearded man grins, "You don't do that these days, huh?" The blue-haired swordsman looks annoyed and asks, "Do what?" Green-haired guy revs his motorcycle while a bearded man calls him out. Bearded man says the rider used to treat his bike like treasure. Green-haired rider snaps back, telling the bearded guy to mind his business. Our rider speeds through the city, lights blurring, leaving everyone in the dust. Bearded man stands in the cold, looking disappointed as his breath fogs the air. Nighttime city scene, setting the stage for something big to go down. Shady boss yells that 6 men were sent, all wiped out, squad in panic mode. A smug guy in a white shirt finds it impressive someone trashed their whole crew. Overhead shot. Suited men get chewed out, office is chaos, vampire hunter shocker. Mob boss laments his headache, regrets ignoring the vampire hunter's quiet attacks. Jung Sang-dong is furious, his gang's reputation just got roasted. One of his men nervously asks if they should call another clan. Jung loses it and hurls a weapon, making sure everyone feels his anger. Chaos erupts. Someone goes down hard as Jung makes an example. They realize a miner on a motorcycle made them look like clowns. Jung orders his men to find the kid, even if it takes bribing everyone. He commands his men to kill the kid, no matter what it takes. Jung gets even more intense. He wants the kid's throat sliced, no excuses. The hunt begins as the city sleeps, but things just got serious. Outside a convenience store, a mysterious figure appears. Could this be their target? The blue-haired guy slides a drink across the table and says, "Take it." They sit under a green umbrella. Blue hair confronts the other about gang connections. Blue hair stands, asking if the man fears gangsters. The older man denies it. Blue hair questions if the real reason is that there's no money involved. Bearded man gulps his drink, admitting, "You know it well." Blue hair explodes. Yells that the bad guys deserve punishment, profit or not. He argues that vampires are just a spreading plague causing more chaos. The older man says, nipping it in the bud is easier than a giant tree. Blue hair wonders if the man's never lost anything precious to these monsters. The older man holds his can and sighs, so, hinting something deep is coming. The blue-haired guy asks, "You're going to be the judge? Decide who dies." The older man responds, laughing at the idea of someone else choosing fate. Grizzled guy explains, "I wouldn't kill for ideology, only for money." He coldly asks if the blue-haired man injected himself with vampire blood. Blue-haired guy warns Juk-yo vampire blood can cause mutations, definitely not a super serum. Regretting his choices, the older man grumbles about making deals with a real vampire hunter. Blue-haired guy commands, "Pack your bags. Leave today. I don't want the Juk-yo clan trouble." The grizzled guy gives in, grumbling out a reluctant agreement as the blue-haired guy leaves. As he walks away, the blue-haired man thinks bitterly about his family's killers still out there. Close up, bearded man curses old man Ju for dragging up painful memories of Jung Jun. Someone shouts, "Han Se Gun." As the blue-haired guy arrives on the scene, "Check out all these swords and ammo. This looks like a YouTube unboxing." The bearded man warns Han Se Gun he'll probably die before using everything. Beard guy gets serious about the weapons. "Be careful, they're old and Hungarian made." Han Se Gun gets warned if you're unlucky, the gun might explode. Risk level expert. Han Se Gun bows deeply, saying, "Thank you for everything," like a true action movie goodbye. The bearded man looks away, hiding his real feelings. Probably holding back some tears. Flashback time. A hand on the head. "Don't become something like a vampire." That's oddly specific. The bearded man threatens, "If that happens, I will hunt you down without mercy." He's not joking. He vows not to go easy on Han Se Gun just because he raised him. The blue-haired guy is looking sad, probably thinking about life's big problems. Suddenly, a mysterious glowing light appears, and everything is about to change. Our blue-haired hero rushes through the night on a motorcycle, totally focused. He glances over his shoulder, determination in his eyes as he heads toward danger. That night, under the full moon, the hero speeds through abandoned city streets. The moon is so beautiful it almost makes our hero want to cry. Nearby, a group of tough people warms themselves around a barrel fire, plotting. Cheon Young-hoo from Sang-dong Credit Loans makes a dramatic entrance outside. The tough group is unimpressed. One even throws out a cocky "so what?" Cheon Young-hoo starts negotiating but is quickly interrupted, things heating up fast. The red-haired guy mocks someone while a girl takes a selfie, acting tough. 3 serious men glare back, looking like they're judging a bad talent show. The boss pinches his nose, frustrated, saying he tried to be nice. 2 henchmen with glowing eyes get angry. Boss complains about rude kids nowadays. Flames erupt wildly, heating up the tension on the street. The alley glows with firelight as everyone stands by, waiting for action. A group of worried people gathers around the fire, watching anxiously. Evil henchman slams a red-haired guy to the ground, crowd stunned. A blonde girl covers her face, unable to bear what she's seeing. The boss tells his henchman to go easy, joking about biker handlebar skills. The red-haired guy breaks, shouting hell do whatever they want. The boss grins smugly, loving every moment of control he has. Two men meet in an alley, one says, bring that over. The boss yells, the money bag. The one in the trunk, you punk. A tough-looking red-haired guy shows up, looking beat and on the ground. Someone hands over an advance payment to the red-haired guy. The boss explains, use this for bikes, food, whatever, just figure it out. The boss leans in, warning, just bring the green-haired high school brat to me. The boss makes it clear, that's all you need to do. Got it? A scary guy with glowing eyes shouts, and this is a warning. The boss interrupts, not the neck, with a sinister grin. Big boss smiles creepily, can't have you dying before we even start. The red-haired guy is face down on the ground, clearly not having a good day. Night falls on a shady dock where a mysterious group gathers around. The white suit man lights a cigarette and roasts someone for being dumb at night. He jokes about how it would be great if garlic or crosses could fix this mess. A quiet street glows with sunset, but trouble could arrive any second. The scene shifts up to a bright doorway, setting the stage for something big. A stylish person behind the counter says, sorry, we're closed for 2. A new guy walks in, asks, are you Say-gun by any chance? Behind the counter, Say-gun is surprised. He hasn't seen this guy for 4 months. Say-gun smiles and asks, how does it feel to be independent after all this time? Green-haired guy realizes the other person already knows the secret. The tension's real. The woman reveals she gets reports about him because she represents Sylvie in Korea. She suspects he didn't come just for a chat. Something serious is up here. Green-haired dude asks about a special tool to detect vampires. Yep, vampires. She introduces the bloodstone pendulum, a necklace that sounds way cooler than my jewelry. But warning, finding vampires with it isn't a walk in the park. Range is tight. Maximum range? Yeah, it's only 20 meters. Vampire hide and seek just got tough. Green-haired guy doesn't hesitate. He's ready to buy the bloodstone pendulum right now. She advises him to spend his money smartly, not just on shiny vampire gadgets. She upsells him a crossbow with silver-tipped bolts, but he claims he's already packing weapons. The green-haired guy admits he doesn't have a weapon at all. The woman jokes that Old Man Jew won't sell him psychedelic moon. He explains Old Man Jew won't deal with him because he's a minor. He praises Old Man Jew as the most reliable vampire dealer, respecting his principles. The woman suddenly remembers something important and perks up. She dives under the counter, surprising the green-haired guy with her excitement. She offers him some exclusive VT13, asking if he wants it. She makes him promise, saying this stash is their little secret. The green-haired guy starts to thank her, but she interrupts him quickly. The woman smiles and reminds him, sorry, no cards accepted at this store. Han Se-gun walks into a cozy cafe, looking tired and unsure. He leans on a rail outside, lost in thought, motorcycle waiting. Han Se-gun gazes out over the city, sunset painting everything orange. Mysterious long-haired man appears, asking, did you drink vampire blood? The mysterious guy says, quit your whining. You're not the only one unlucky. Under a full moon, the long-haired man stares, like he's about to drop secrets. Text reveals, welcome to the world of the Mad Moon, Han Se-gun. Han Se-gun wonders, has it already been a year? Is he coming back? Someone calls his name. Han Se-gun turns around, surprised at being recognized. A group approaches. Red-haired guy says, wow, it was you. Couldn't find you anywhere. A group reunites after a year, shocked by each other's changes. The girl is amazed how tall Se-gun got and tries to reconnect. Se-gun looks cold and confused, pretending he has no idea who she is. The crew laughs, noticing Se-gun's rudeness hasn't changed at all. Red-haired guy gets aggressive, calling Se-gun a brat and venting frustration. Red-haired guy gets in Se-gun's face, ranting about his long search. Se-gun coolly calls out the red-haired guy, naming him Jung Yong-jin. With a threatening stare, Se-gun asks, do you want to die? Jung Yong-jin's crew looks nervous, realizing things are about to get intense. Se-gun stands his ground, radiating pure confidence like he owns the place. This guy spots a vampire chilling outside while the sun's up, unbelievable. Only the ultimate rulers of vampires can survive in sunlight with full power. He notices a bloodstain on someone's jacket and gets suspicious. Was this guy bitten? Just getting bit doesn't guarantee you're a vampire. But his necklace is reacting, which means he's totally turning into a vampire. The guy calls out the Sang-dong gang. Okay, things just got serious. The red-haired leader grins, impressed he recognized them so quickly. Our main guy asks the real question. How much are these guys getting paid? The deal 2 million won for info, but 8 million if they turn you in. Red hair isn't messing around. Their crew wants the big money, not the pocket change. The gray-haired guy wants to fight, but too many people are watching. He mocks the crowd, saying 8 million split is nothing, calls them beggars. The red-haired biker grabs him, furious, but the gray guy stays calm. Gray-haired guy raises his fist, saying, settle it like bikers, not thugs. Red-haired biker looks shocked, surrounded by his crew, ready to race. The sunset glows, and everyone prepares for something epic to happen. Motorcycles line up on the street, the crowd gathers, engines ready to roar. The rules are simple, it's a cannonball run, finish at Jongan Expressway. Red-haired biker smirks, taunting, you should have just behaved yourself. Gray-haired guy says, we could have shared a beer if you were nicer. The biker with red hair gets told to enjoy his last sunset ever. A mysterious guy declares it's the last thing the bikers will see. Red-haired biker calls out the threat, definitely not buying it. The guy slams his fist into the ground with serious power. An exploding soda can smashes onto the road between the bikers. The two bikers take off at full speed, ready for an epic race. Suddenly, a huge biker gang appears chasing down our duo with rage. The biker gang speeds up, racing into the sunset, no one slowing down. Red and green-haired bikers push their motorcycles to the absolute limit. The red-haired biker looks terrified, realizing things just got very real. Two bikers race dangerously close to a speeding truck on the highway. From above, traffic chaos erupts as the two bikers dodge cars. The red-haired biker mocks Han Se-gun, calling him slow and washed up. Han Se-gun looks determined, thinking the other biker is still human despite vampirification. A serious man coldly says, kill them, but ponders when killing is really needed. Han Se-gun considers if killing is ever truly necessary in this chase. Han Se-gun suddenly swerves off, leaving the red-haired biker confused. Someone shouts, hey, where are you going? As plans change fast, the red-haired biker speeds solo down a ramp, racing against the sunset. Two nearby bikers look confused, asking why those two are suddenly acting so weird. The crew spots the highway entrance and gears up for the chase. As the sun sets, someone confirms over the phone they're chasing a guy. The man in the white coat admits it's more like a race than a chase. He yells into his phone, calling it a battle between men. He's super dramatic. Turns out the guy they're chasing is on another level, nobody can comprehend him. The man in the white coat orders his team not to let the target escape. Suddenly, bad news, they lost sight of the target and he freaks out. The scene cuts to a construction site under a blazing sunset, the race heating up. A motorcycle speeds past an unfinished building, making this look like Fast and Furious. Somebody shouts, hey, Han Se-gun. As the mysterious figure enters the scene, the green-haired guy is cornered by a biker under neon lights. The red-haired biker yells, running away in the middle of a race. Biker taunts, you call yourself a man? You've turned into a coward. Green-haired guy thinks, why didn't you just say you wouldn't do it? Red-haired biker, stunned, shouts, what? While speeding on his bike. Red-haired biker gets hit in the face and looks totally surprised. The biker crashes his motorcycle, groans in pain, and loses control. The green-haired guy walks up calmly, holding something in his hand. Red-haired biker's down, he reflects, whether it's 1 year or 10 years. Green-haired guy stands over him, says, you should have just ignored me forever. The mysterious character asks, it's painful, isn't it? While staring intensely, the injured man struggles, and the mysterious character promises, it'll make it easier for you. The mysterious character grabs a blood bag with both hands, ready for something intense. Crying and desperate, the wounded man hears just one command, drink. The mysterious character offers hope, saying you might even live. Big twist, the wounded guy drags himself away, full of pain and suspense, but something's changing. He realizes, what is this? It doesn't hurt. Something wild is happening. Power surges in his body as he feels strength exploding inside him. Unreal transformation. The mysterious character looks on, noticing a delicious smell, like a true YouTube villain moment. The once wounded man now rises, eyes glowing and fangs out, looking absolutely unstoppable. Han Se-gun unleashes a massive blue energy blast against his enemy. In a parking garage, a man surrounded by blue fire confronts another. The enemy transforms into a raging blue-flamed beast, screaming with fury. Han Se-gun stands unfazed, blue fire swirling around his determined face. The blue-flamed enemy, shaking, asks Han Se-gun, what did you do to me? Han Se-gun stares back coldly as the enemy begs, what did you do? The two stand off alone in an underground garage as tension fills the air. Outside, a group gathers by bikes in a car, sensing something big is happening. The crew watches in shock and confusion, not sure what Han Se-gun just did. Their leader steps forward, glaring seriously, ready to confront whatever comes next. This guy in a white jacket looks panicked, something's definitely up. He wasn't a person. Okay, things just got mysteriously intense. The scene shifts to a construction site, turning everything suspenseful and ominous. The man in white is surrounded by flames, his squad right behind him. Turns out, he's already being turned. He's halfway to full vampire. The group watches the blue flames, realizing something seriously supernatural is happening. We see a body consumed by blue fire, hinting at the price of vampirism. Close up on the transformed man, eyes cold, he's gone past saving now. It was an unavoidable choice. Sometimes you gotta do the impossible. The red-haired character locks eyes, thinking, one that needed to be killed. The bearded man wonders when killing someone is ever truly necessary. The red-haired guy jokes they could have been drinking buddies instead. Turns out, There really is a situation where killing feels required. The text flashes. Was the need to kill ever real or just an excuse? The red-haired biker speeds through the city, bathed in sunset light. A busy city intersection fills with people, all unaware of the chaos coming. Inside a cafe, a nervous waitress tries to take the mysterious guest's order. The guy in the sharp suit casually tells her to speak in Korean. Smirking, the blonde man claims he understands everything going on here. The waitress asks what he wants. He coolly replies, "Do you have champagne?" The waitress looks shocked as someone suddenly shouts, "Master." In the cafe, blonde-haired Bill bursts in, eyes glowing, and asks what's wrong. Outside, a man explains a girl just showed up and fainted on the spot. Wilhelm and his master find a mysterious girl collapsed beside a sports car. Bill calls Wilhelm's attention, leaving him totally confused and concerned. The mysterious girl just sits lifeless, leaning against the bright red car. The duo drives away at night, racing under city lights in their car. Wilhelm looks tense, glancing over at his master, probably worried about what's next. Wilhelm nervously addresses his master, "Master." His master responds, Wilhelm anxiously asks, "Will you really be alright with this decision?" Wilhelm worries about leaving the girl for the police to handle everything. Master confidently says, "There's fate in everything, Wilhelm. I value that greatly." Wilhelm sighs, admitting, that is true, but clearly still worried and stressed. Racing through the night, Phantom laughs about fate and being unpredictable. Phantom reveals his romantic side, baring his fangs with confidence. The scene shifts to a towering skyscraper sparkling over the city. Phantom stands in his luxurious penthouse, admiring the city lights. Phantom sips wine, as his assistant greets him respectfully, saying, "Master." Wilhelm reports a mission complete. Phantom commends him and plans a visit. Wilhelm asks curiously why Phantom cares about the mysterious Asian girl. Phantom smirks and reminds Wilhelm, "Didn't I say I was a romanticist?" Wilhelm slumps on the couch, dropping a truth bomb about running from work. Phantom declares, "Finish your work first, then go do your love story." Blonde guy sips wine and decides flowers are a solid idea too. Robe guy turns, asks the suit kid, "Did you look into it?" The suit kid looks serious, gives a simple answer, "Yes." The news actually covered whatever mystery these two are investigating. Robe man reveals, her name is Yoon Mi Hai. Something bad happened at school. Robe guy, dramatic as ever, says she's no ordinary lady with wine in hand. He reads, 6 high school girls instigated assault. The world's worst group chat. Overhead shot on the 4th. 6 students from H Girls High booked, no detention. Suit kid says they targeted her for being arrogant and convinced locals to help. Robe man scrolling an article cold enough to make the victim's blood boil. The assistant tells his master a video from Silvester just arrived. The master, looking annoyed, says Silvester must really hate him. The assistant explains Silvester got him excommunicated and froze all his accounts. The assistant asks if the master will watch it. Master decides he must. The master laughs and says, "You told me to work after all." Cut to a mysterious person in a suit, bleeding and slumped against a bloody alley fence. A figure in a dark coat, long hair, and priest collar approaches in the shadows. The approaching figure gets closer, their face still hidden in the darkness. Now we see the long-haired figure up close, glowing blue eyes and intense stare. Security camera footage shows the confrontation in the bloody alley. Drama intensifies. The blonde man quotes, "Ashes to ashes, dust to dust," looking serious. A monster-like man begs desperately, Please, spare me," clearly terrified. Through a metal fence, a shadowy figure looms menacingly over the begging man. The blonde boy coldly asks, "Are you begging for your life?" Without emotion, from a luxurious room, the boy accuses, "You fill your veins with others' blood." The blonde man challenges, "Are you claiming, right now, raising the stakes?" He lifts a glass, asking, "That you are a living being?" Daring his rival. If so, he demands, "Cry, and prove your purity." With a chilling toast, the monster's pleas fail as a blade is pressed against his neck. The white-haired swordsman stares coldly, ready to finish this with no mercy. The blonde man lifts his wine, taunting, "See, you cannot." He smirks, staring down, "That is your limit." A silver-haired fighter swings a glowing sword with intense power. Wine splashes violently as the blonde man flicks his wrist. The swordsman tightens his grip, ready for a showdown. The blonde man elegantly dances with his wine, totally unfazed. The silver-haired warrior glares, determination burning in his glowing eyes. A security camera captures 2 figures in a brutal confrontation. 2 people watch static on a huge screen in a luxurious room. The blonde man laughs with a young butler, declaring, "Still the same." Silvester's party starts the same, wine, bright lights, and 0 surprises. Someone tells Silvester he's a total failure as a poet. Meanwhile, things get sketchy inside a dark, empty bathroom. Our green-haired guy looks rough. He's been struggling for 2 days straight. He's so sick, he can't keep any food down at all. Someone is in serious pain, tears, sweat, the full drama package. The terrifying vision appears. He says it was an unavoidable choice. The green-haired dude loses it, clinging to the toilet and letting it all out. A scary man questions if anyone can really decide who deserves to die. The green-haired guy snaps back, "Don't make me laugh." Then, it's late at night, and I'm hiding in the bathroom, panicking. There's my instant ramen and a rice ball, my ultimate comfort combo. The green-haired guy chills alone outside a convenience store, finishing his meal. Crowds hustle by, and he wonders, where's everyone going so fast? He looks bored, like he's seen too much and nothing impresses him anymore. Suddenly, he wonders aloud why everyone's so busy. Then a girl crouches by him. She nervously says, "Has anyone told you that you look like Kurt Cobain?" The guy is shocked. He's heard wild things, but never this before. Someone yells, "Jin Umi," and the pink-haired girl panics while the guy reacts. A group shows up asking questions, pressuring Jin Umi to answer properly. This angry guy is freaking out and shouts, "Who the hell is this punk?" The mysterious green-haired guy walks in and everyone gets nervous. The whole squad is outside, tension thick enough to cut with a knife. The angry dude loses it, swearing at the new guy, ready for action. He grabs the mysterious guy, demanding to know where he's going. Suddenly, the angry dude's face takes a direct hit, and it's not pretty. The green-haired dude absolutely demolishes him. The guy is on the ground. Pink-haired girl reacts with a smile, like she just saw a free show. The green-haired guy looks down and simply says, "Sorry." He drops the coolest line ever, "I thought a bug had landed on me." The guy in the white jacket can't believe he's bleeding. Total shock. With everyone watching, blue hair apologizes while the other dude sits embarrassed. Blue hair dude casually says, "I thought a bug had landed on me." The bloody guy struggles to get up. He's not backing down yet. The group drags someone away, yelling threats like, "Follow us, you little brat." The leader shouts, "Before I end you right here." This got intense. Blue hair guy just turns, whispering, "Kill me? A person like you?" Blue hair stares them down, saying, "Guys like you? That's confidence." Someone picks up an earbud, planning something sneaky or secretive. Pink-haired girl quietly puts in her earbud and grabs her phone. Spy mode. Girl turns on some rock music on her phone. Things are about to get wild. She walks through the night, totally chill, just vibing to her playlist. Suddenly, a kick comes flying out of nowhere. Someone's got beef. The guy in a white hoodie throws the first kick right at the blue-haired dude. But blue hair catches the kick easily, barely breaking a sweat. Blue hair spins him around like a merry-go-round. Talk about a plot twist. View from above, people falling everywhere, but blue hair stands strong in the chaos. One tough-looking guy goes toe-to-toe with blue hair. Who's gonna win? Blue hair loads up a punch. This episode's about to break the sound barrier. Direct punch to the face. That's gotta hurt. Never mess with the music squad. The blue-haired guy launches his opponent down the alley with insane strength. He sends another enemy flying down the stairs while the girls watch in shock. A nervous man readies his slingshot, realizing he might be next. Too late. The blue-haired guy delivers a knockout blow before the slingshot can launch. He lands a brutal kick, and the slingshot guy's legs buckle in fear. That poor slingshot guy's face meets the blue-haired guy's incredible power. Ouch. Blue-haired boss stands tall while everyone else gets thrown around like ragdolls. Slingshot guy tries to crawl away, but our blue-haired dude isn't finished. Wait. Someone sneaks up behind blue-haired boss, aiming for a surprise attack. The sneak attack lands. Blue-haired guy might have finally met his match. Two men face off in a dark alley. Tension is sky-high. The guy in the white jacket looks way too confident right now. Blue-haired guy gets slashed but doesn't even flinch. He means business. Blue-haired guy turns, glaring back, while his opponent stalls in fear. The man in white realizes he messed with the wrong person. Panic mode activated. Blue-haired guy stares him down, zero fear, ready for round two. The white-jacketed man backs away, suddenly not so sure about fighting anymore. He tries a desperate attack, swinging wildly to gain the upper hand. But blue-haired guy effortlessly blocks the knife, turning the tables instantly. Blue-haired guy delivers the ultimate humiliation. White jacket drops his weapon in shock. The blue-haired guy smashes the enemy's face with insane strength. He's got a knife, but blue hair pins him to the ground effortlessly. The enemy is terrified, sweating and wide-eyed, realizing he's outmatched. Blue-haired guy's power slams the enemy back, making the whole ground shake. Blue-haired guy looks down, chillingly says, "Try harder." While holding him down, blue hair says, "You said you'd kill someone." The enemy tries to fight back, but gets slammed again. Blue hair yells, "More." With a brutal kick, blue hair screams, "Try it." The fight just gets nastier. Someone in the background shouts, "Do it." Like this is some bizarre game show. More voices yell, "I said do it," and "I told you to do it." It's chaos. Blue-haired guy screams a challenge, showing he's tougher than he looks. Pink-haired girl watches, eyes wide, totally shocked by the chaos. The blue-haired guy limps down the alley, looking completely worn out. He glances back, wounded but still smirking, like he's got a secret plan. Sweat rolls down, determination in his eyes. He refuses to give up now. Pink-haired girl looks nervous, sweat on her face, worried for the guy. The blue-haired guy stumbles, body almost giving out in the empty alley. He reaches out, desperately trying to keep himself upright while moving. Bam! Blue-haired guy collapses in the rain. Pink-haired girl rushes over. She stands nervously beside him, unsure of what she can do to help. This alley is a mess. Bodies everywhere and only one survivor walking away. The camera zooms out into a peaceful street. Huge contrast. Nobody suspects a thing. Meanwhile, inside a chill cafe, someone is mopping the floor like nothing's wrong. The cafe owner wonders if it's finally time to hire help. Spoiler alert, probably yes. She stands at the window, stretching her back, ready for more customers or drama. A ridiculously cool sports car pulls up out front. You know trouble's about to walk in. The car's doors fly open, and it's definitely not the pizza delivery guy. The cafe owner peeks out, suddenly looking way too excited to see this visitor. A mysterious, silver-haired guy steps out. He hates being called Sylvie. Awkward. The owner confronts him, asking why he returns so early. Tension is in the air. The mysterious silver-haired character says, "Because I like Dostoevsky."